What's going on, everyone? This is your boy Dre the Realtor, living it up in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 reasons why me and my wife chose to move to the DFW. If this is your first time watching my channel and you want to know everything there is to know about the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex as well as DFW real estate, make sure you hit that red subscribe button and the bell icon next to it to be the first to know when I upload a new video. So boom! Me and my wife literally just moved to the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex in March of 2020, right at the start of the pandemic. And there was 5 reasons that really made us push towards living in the DFW. We're going to get to that right after this. So the first reason why we chose to move to the DFW was because of the location. We wanted to live in a location that was convenient for both of us. When we were living in Phoenix, Arizona, it would literally cost us an arm and a leg every time we wanted to go see one of our family members, and that's a cost that we wanted to get rid of in the year 2020. And now that we live in the DFW, there's actually a choice for us. We can decide if we want to drive to go see our parents or if we want to go fly to see our parents. And if we do fly, we now know that it's not going to be as expensive as it was when we were living in Phoenix, Arizona. So the second reason why the DFW was a convenient location for us is because we absolutely love to take day trips, and Texas has a lot of big cities that are within driving distance from us. We have Houston, that's about 3.5 hours away. You have San Antonio, which is about 4.5 hours away. You have Austin, which is about an hour and a half away. And then you also have the Oklahoma border, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away, depending on where you live in the DFW. And all of these are great places for me and my wife to eventually take a day trip. So the second reason why we chose to move to the DFW was because of the affordability. Right now, I'm going to be showing you guys the cost of living index, where 100% means it's going to be the average. Anything less than 100% means that it's cheaper than the US average, and anything higher than 100% means that it's going to be more expensive than the US average. Now, if we're looking at the overall index, Fort Worth, Texas sits right at 99.8%, which is average among the US. Now, the thing I want you guys to take a look at is the average cost of housing in Fort Worth, Texas. And Fort Worth, Texas sits right at 85.5%, which is significantly lower than the US average. Now, if you're wondering about the median price of a home in Fort Worth, Texas, then the median price is going to be $198,000 versus living in Phoenix, Arizona, where it's $240,000. And that's a significant difference that helped me and my wife make that decision on whether or not DFW was going to be the right place for us to live. So another thing that we took into consideration was the fact that in the state of Texas, you actually don't have to pay state income taxes, as well as the cheap and affordable gas prices that the state of Texas has to offer. I remember when I was living in Phoenix, I was paying $3 per gallon of gas. And now that I live in the state of Texas, just yesterday, I only paid $1.84 per gallon of gas. And that is a tremendous and significant difference that definitely is going to save me and my wife a lot of money in the long run. So the third reason why we chose to move to the DFW was because of the culture and the diversity that the DFW has to offer. There's a lot of different things and fun and diverse things that you can do in the DFW, as well as different diverse food selections that you can choose from. For example, they have this food called Tex-Mex, which is a mixture between Texas and Mexican style food. They also have some of the best barbecue I've ever had in my life. My favorite barbecue dish is a baked potato, and they have some of the largest baked potatoes I've ever tasted or eaten in my life as well. Then another thing that they have is these things called boudin. They actually came from Louisiana when all the people were impacted by Hurricane Katrina, and they migrated to Texas, and that's one of the things that they brought with them. And if you like alcoholic beverages, then they do have frozen daiquiris that they offer here that we also got from Louisiana as well. And they're some of the best daiquiris that you will ever taste in your life. And me and my wife, we are really big foodies, and these are just some of the food selections that we just could not pass up. And we're going to enjoy that every single day while we're living in Fort Worth, Texas. The fourth reason why we chose to move to the DFW was because of the entertainment and the attractions that the DFW has to offer. The DFW is home to the Fort Worth Stockyards, where they host the annual championship rodeo there. They also have Six Flags over Texas, which is a very popular amusement park here. And we also are home to a few professional sports teams like the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Maps, as well as the Texas Rangers. So there's truly never a dull moment here. There's always something fun and exciting to do. And that's something that me and my wife saw ourselves being a part of whenever we chose to move to the DFW Metroplex. And the fifth reason why we chose to move to the DFW was because of the weather. The DFW has some of the best weather I've ever lived in. It's not too hot, it's not too cold. The average high in the DFW is about 98 degrees, and the average low in the DFW is about 37 degrees. The reason why the weather was so important because we wanted to live in an area that wasn't going to get faced with a lot of inclement weather or natural disasters that's going to potentially damage a home if we do buy in the future. I was actually living in Houston, Texas when Hurricane Harvey hit, and I witnessed a lot of my friends that were devastated and affected by Hurricane Harvey, and I didn't want to be part of that category. So with living in the DFW, I won't be faced with any kind of natural disasters like hurricanes or monsoons that I experienced in Phoenix, Arizona. We do have tornadoes in the DFW, but but they are not located in like the heavily populated areas. It's not going to be a concern for me or my wife. And those are the top 5 reasons why me and my wife chose to move to the DFW. If you have any questions about the DFW, make sure you drop a comment below. Or if you're planning on moving or relocating to the DFW, I have attached my contact information in this video, and it's also in the description as well. And I also just started a new Facebook group called New to DFW for those people who are new to DFW or planning on moving to the DFW Metroplex and want to meet new people as well as learn everything there is to know about the DFW Metroplex. So if that's something you're interested in being a part of, make sure that you hit the link that's in the description so that you can be able to join my group.